I'm saying on you, for the camera. Latest news on Trump's indictment. The career fair came to Greenspun. Find out more about an internship opening to students interested in broadcasting. Happy Thursday. Welcome back to Studio G. My name is Ashanti Johnson. Oh, who's doing the...
Now, news that matters to you on campus and beyond. Live. You're watching Studio G.
Happy Thursday. Welcome back to Studio G. My name is Ashanti Johnson. Let's get started. Just a few hours after the arraignment of former President Trump, he gave a speech at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. CNN's Paula Reed brings us this story.
According to the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, former President Donald Trump was at the center of an alleged catch-and-kill scheme to suppress negative stories about him in order to influence the 2016 presidential election and to benefit his electoral prospects. Trump appeared in a New York courtroom on Tuesday and pleaded not guilty to 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. Speaking at Mar-a-Lago Tuesday night, he lashed out at the district attorney, the judge in the case, and the indictment itself.
And I never thought anything like this could happen in America. Never thought it could happen. The only crime that I have committed is to fearlessly defend our nation from those who seek to destroy it.
According to Manhattan prosecutors, the alleged scheme involved Trump, his former personal attorney Michael Cohen, and the then head of American Media Incorporated, David Pecker. During an August 2015 meeting at Trump Tower, Pecker said he would act as the eyes and ears of the campaign by alerting Cohen to negative stories about Trump, according to court documents.
I found the document actually quite detailed. It is a speaking indictment, and it has quite a bit of detail about the history and laid out the facts underlying then the various counts that are listed.
Before the 2016 presidential election, payments were made to at least 3 individuals to suppress their negative stories involving Trump, including alleged affairs with adult film star Stormy Daniels and Playboy model Karen McDougal, according to court documents. Trump denies both affairs.
These are felony crimes in New York State, no matter who you are.
Cohen has also pleaded guilty to federal crimes pertaining to this indictment.
I will continue to speak truth to power. I will continue to provide transparency to the American people. It's amazing how, once again, Donald is trying to shift all of the blame, which he's so good at. It's always somebody else's fault.
Trump's lawyers vowing to fight the charges.
A motion to dismiss is coming on several grounds. Prosecutorial misconduct, selective prosecution, for sure will be 2 of them. Legal insufficiency is another one.
Just hours after the judge warned former President Trump to stop making provoking public comments regarding this case, Trump's Tuesday speech attacked the judge and his family. A stabbing took place yesterday near our UNLV campus. For more about it, here is Patrina Allen with the story.
Now been arrested and identified as 23-year-old black male Janelle Hamill, who has been charged with open murder in relating to the stabbing incident, sources tell us. This incident happened a block from UNLV campus where police responded immediately. That's all we have for now. We'll keep you updated on this story.
Thank you for that update, Patrina. We will let you know the latest on that story. Yesterday, the Greenspun and Urban Affairs hosted a career fair for students on the path to graduation. Our reporter, Manny Garcia, sat down and interviewed an intern working for Sticky Paws Studio, an employer looking for new students.
So I interned for Sticky Paws Studios, which is a podcast studio. Basically, I started off because I wanted my own podcast, but I ended up, now I'm interning because I actually enjoy doing the engineering side and the editing side, which I never thought I would actually enjoy. We solely focus on podcasting. So we have a place where you can engineer your podcast, and we cut the clips for social media, and we also post for social media. So we help with the dynamic of everything that has to do with the podcast. It is a very good place to grow. I definitely started from nothing. I didn't even know how to edit, and now I'm so comfortable with editing, so comfortable with engineering, so comfortable being a host on my podcast. And also the family dynamic is you're kind of with your friends. It's a fun dynamic, and we're growing. Right now we are a really, really small company, but we are planning on expanding. So if you start with us now, you're gonna expand with us, and we're gonna be a really big studio soon enough. Here at Sticky or there at Sticky Paws, they want you to utilize the studio. If you have a photo shoot, use the studio. If you want a podcast, use the studio. If you're a student and you have to do an interview kind of like us, like what we're doing right now, use the studio. That's one of the greatest things, is even if you're not there for a podcast or if you're not there to intern, you can still use the studio because we just treat you like family. We want you there.
Thanks, Manny. To find out more about Sticky Paws and how to apply, visit stickypawsstudio.com. Get your clocks ready because daylight
And now, this is Studio G weather.
For our weather today, we have a current temperature of 57 degrees with a wind speed mile of 10 to 20 miles per hour, which is still a little windy, but not as much as we have seen earlier in the week and last week. And for our evening planner, we have temperatures dropping into the 50s, which is still a little chilly, but not as cold as it was on Tuesday. So we are seeing temperatures start to rise. Now, for our 7-day forecast, you guys will be lucky to see we are on an upward trend of higher temps, and the spring weather is coming. We have temperatures that are going to get up to the high 80s, almost touching the 90s, and we are still seeing an upward trend going into the next week. So, is our spring weather finally here to stay? We'll see. But now for our national weather news, there is hail, rain, wind, violent storms, and tornadoes that are ripping through the South and the Midwest. So far we see here, this is a map that shows where the tornado's path is, where there's a tornado watch, and where there's severe thunderstorms, also T-storms, which are very dangerous as well and do damage, not just tornadoes. So you see right here, this is a path, and then this is the actual path that it went on. This is a predicted one. And then as we see next, we have the debris. So this is where the tornado went through, and this is what was left behind. So this is like the damage. This is a path it went through and it left behind. So it's not a high category tornado, but it's still leaving a lot of damage. And due to that, there have been 58 reported deaths so far from these storms since last week when these storms came in. So we pray for all those families that are affected. And here's more on the tornadoes and the damage that has been done so far.
Bowling Ballinger County, Missouri, hit by a deadly storm in the early morning hours Wednesday. The number of fatalities could rise in the coming hours, as state highway police there say search and rescue efforts continue. This savage storm system, threatening about 60 million Americans, is moving east after battering parts of Missouri, Illinois, Iowa, and Michigan.
Oh my God!
Kelowna, Illinois, still assessing major damage after being hit by at least one of 7 reported tornadoes to roar through that state Tuesday.
I mean, we're lucky. I don't know. I look at all this and I'm just like amazed.
We're just hoping that it gets by us and we don't have no more damage, but that's what we're praying for now.
Oh, she is a beauty. Oh my God.
In neighboring Iowa, tornadoes like this one in Pleasantville Tuesday weren't the only continuing weather threat. Hail the size of baseballs or even larger reported here and in several cities across the Midwest. To the south, more hail and tornado watches in effect for parts of Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas, including Little Rock, heavily damaged in last week's severe storms. The National Weather Service warns everyone in the affected central and southern regions to heed all severe weather advisories through Wednesday. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Thank you, Jade. We hope the weather stays calm and everyone stays safe. The Vegas Golden Knights looked to the Music City to attempt and stay winning on a pretty successful road trip. Starting you in the second period, Vegas down 2-1. Puck is down by Alex Penetroangle. He shoots that one home to tie the game up at 2. This game once again would need overtime, where none other than Cody Glass, one of the Vegas Golden Knights OG's draft picks, passed the game-winning goals against his former team. Nashville gets the dub. Just a handful of games remain in the regular season for the Vegas Golden Knights, including tonight's against the Knights at the T-Mobile Arena. Puck drops is at 7 p.m., and from the ice to the pavement, Formula One paving is well underway. On your left is some of footage of the paving sites, and on your right is the map of the circus layout and the sections they will be all paved. A second round of paving is set for late summer to finish the track off tick. Terrible. With the city of Las Vegas also said the paving is nothing like what the NFL draft last year was, as it will cause less traffic and will cost in the millions of dollars, but will be offset by the income the Grand Prix will bring. The week's fraternities and sororities have been waiting for Greek Week. This week, fraternities and sororities to compete against each other every day this week. Monday was an escape room challenge, Tuesday was a scavenger hunt, and Wednesday was the sports competition. The 4 teams competed in water polo at the Wellness Center. Each day was highly competitive and filled with Greek spirit. Come by tonight to the Student Union courtyard for the Greek Choice Awards at 5. They will be awarding their winners of the week and pass out fraternity and sorority life awards. Stay tuned for this afternoon to hear all about the March Madness after math, NBA, and more. Rebel Report airs at 1:30. But that's all from us today. Have a great weekend, and from all of us in the Studio G, we would like to wish those celebrating this Sunday a happy Easter. To anyone who is celebrating Passover, we wish you a happy and peaceful Passover.